Hi everyone, Susan here from susanwinter.net. Thanks so much for stopping by my channel, and thank you those of you who have subscribed and those of you who continue to share incredible commentary with each video that I do. I thank you very much. So I want to talk today about one of the viewer requests that has to do with that uncomfortable conversation about marriage and children, but you don't want it to sound like an ultimatum. So this one's from Melissa. Here goes. Melissa writes, I've been with my partner 4 years, living together 1. My partner is cautious when it comes to making any decisions. I know he loves me and is fully committed to me in every way, but he says he's not ready for marriage yet and doesn't know when he will be. He's a 35-year-old male. How do I communicate my relationship expectations needs as I'm 33 years old and want kids without issuing an ultimatum? So, Melissa, I'm assuming that since you've had 4 years invested in this, your partner is very clear that your motivation for being in a relationship was because you wanted commitment and marriage and children. So, anyone who is entering a partnership who's watching this, not at Melissa's stage, or you've been with a guy for, 6 months, or your girlfriend for 6 months, whatever it is, and you know you want marriage, and you know you want children, and you know you only have a certain amount of time in which to do this, you need to be very clear about your timeline. Don't be afraid to state what is necessary. You have a goal. It's not like you can just, I'm 45, let me try now because it's working out for me. And also, I encourage any young woman to consider freezing her eggs. I know it's very expensive, but actually it is something that can buy you a little more time so that you're not feeling crazy when you're out there dating. Every young gal has to ask herself one question. What do I want most? Do I want the guy or the woman, or do I want kids? Because on that decision hangs everything else. For some people, they would prefer to have a partner, a solid partner, and to create a family and marriage. But when you really dig down to it, what they really, really, really want are the children. And I have to remind those of you gals who are having a hard time that I know it may not be preferable, but if you really want that and you're not finding the right partner, or the partner that you have is not committing in time, you need to really consider, can you do this on your own? Do you have the financial resources? Can your family help you? Because don't let that stop you. If this is something that is a true goal for you, you have to be honest with yourself and allow yourself to think creatively. Think of other options. So what is it that you really, really want? Now, back to Melissa. Melissa, I did not forget about you. Okay, I'm assuming that you've had this discussion before. And I'm assuming that you've told your partner that time is of the essence. That's a real legal term. Time is of the essence. In your case, it is. And after 4 years, he truly deserves to give you a time frame. It is not acceptable at this point, if indeed your relationship was founded on the mutual agreement that we are looking to be married and have children, and I'm assuming that that was, okay? And that all this time you have allowed him his space to kind of get ready. You need to be firm, and don't worry if it sounds like an ultimatum. You have to know. For your best interest, you must know. And if your partner dodges this question, it's not a good time, don't start now, we've already had this discussion, I don't know, I'm not ready, you need to focus your partner to say, look, I have been patient 4 years. My clock is ticking. I love you madly, but I need an answer when you're going to be ready, because actually, I need you to be ready by next year. I need to be married at 35, I need to be married at 34, I want to start a family by 36, that's my cutoff. And if you don't want that, or you're unwilling to do that, then we have to examine other possibilities. You don't have to threaten leaving him. But behind any solid point where you must have your needs listened to, don't be afraid to be firm. And the only time that your partner really understands how serious this is if you are really willing to walk. And Melissa, I know you love this guy, but it is an amazing thing about human nature that people will drag their feet and drag their feet, whether it's writing your term paper or it's making a decision that you know you want to make, but you're just kind of lazy to make it. Unless you are absolutely convinced within yourself that you need this, or you are looking into other options and you're ready to make that move, your partner won't hear you. If there's a part of you that is too, weak and, oh, I don't want to bother him, and okay, he's got no reason to move. And if he does love you, as he says he does, and you're firm, offer him a sideways agreement. Say, look, I'd really like you to be the father of my children. If you're unwilling to marry me and you're not sure that you want to raise them on your own, then I'd like to get pregnant. I can do it on my own. You don't have to have any financial responsibility. I'll raise the child on my own. There are a lot of ways around this discussion. Be creative, but you must be firm, Melissa. You must be ready to want what you want, enough so that your partner knows you are serious. This is why games and false threats are not ever working. Blowing up bridges just because you're frustrated, no, that never works. Isn't it amazing? And I know you've all had this experience when the partner that you kept complaining to, you needed them to do something, you needed them to fix something, you had an issue in the relationship, and you kept saying, baby, if we don't work this out, I'm telling you, this is really bothering me. It's really bothering me. I need to have us have this right. We need to work on this. I need you to see this. And they don't listen, they don't listen, they don't listen. Then the day comes where you go, baby, I told you and I told you and I told you, I can't do this anymore. I have to leave. And you pack up your things and you leave. Do you know how quickly that partner suddenly remembers what they want? Do you know how suddenly now they've made a decision or they can fix that thing? Listen, everybody will get away with what they can get away with. It's the whole substitute teacher theory. And I'm not saying that you should fear ever doing an ultimatum, but ultimatums only work when you can actually follow through with it. So you can't issue an ultimatum to a guy unless you can back it up. And a person who is reticent to make a choice will never make one unless they sense within your vibe, within your energy, within all of you that I am serious. This is a deal breaker if it doesn't happen. I love you madly, but I need marriage and children. And in the worst case scenario, I just need a child. Doesn't have to be you if you don't want that. But now's the time to decide for real. Because the clock is ticking. And otherwise, I've got to go. So ultimatums are always made like we sound like we're irritating and that we're bothering somebody. But all an ultimatum is this is my bottom line. So think about it. This is my bottom line. It's not a threat. It's my truth. Melissa, I hope this helps you. If you need to chat, contact me on Magnify or go through the consultation page on my website like other people have. And I am so loving all of you that I'm meeting through Magnify. Our chats, our conversations, those of you that I'm working with, the all-day sessions, and even the one-hour sessions. Thank you so much, everybody. Thanks for coming to my website. Have a wonderful week. Bye-bye now.